Welcome back, my friends. I was thinking now to let's spice things up a little bit by tapping into version control. So we have created this project actually, and what happens if our computer crashes or um, if, for example, um, something unexpectedly has changed that we need to revert back to the original version. Um, how do we do that? Uh, the norm in the programming world is to put this in a version control uh, service or system, and uh, one of them is called GitHub. We also have GitLab. Um, we have Bitbucket. Uh, I personally prefer GitHub. It's easy to set up, and I have created an account in GitHub. It is free. You just to github.com, create an account. And I have some projects in them that I was actually surprised to see because it's been a while since I uh, have created any projects in GitHub. Um, Anyhow, once we are connected to GitHub, now we can upload our files or changes into the GitHub. That way, we are sure that they are going to be safe because they are saved in cloud, on cloned on multiple servers, and whatnot. So um, that's the safest place to put our code. And to do that, we have to be able to enable IntelliJ to connect to Git. So we come over here to the settings and we go to the version control. Okay, and basically over here we need to connect to GitHub basically. So we go to the Git, we find our folder, the Git folder. If you remember, I explained in the previous episode of our learning journey that we need to download the Git. Uh, so that's available in our program files. We put the path to git.exe over here. We test it, and look, there is the version number is down here now. So that means everything looks good over here. And we can enable staging if we but or we can just leave it empty. This staging means that before we commit, we have to stage our changes. It's one more level of checks and balances basically. Then we come to the over here to GitHub. You could have GitLab or some other repository. If there is some other repository, we can add them via the plugins. Anyhow, over here we say login to GitHub. And once you do that, uh, basically with the same credentials that you created GitHub, and you will see your account here. All right. So we are all set over here. We go up here to the view and then to the tool window and to the commit tab. And voila, all our changes that haven't been committed are here. And so to put them in the repository in a safe place, we choose what we want to add to that repository. The things that we really don't need to add are these MVN, MBNW. These are basically related to the environment that we are running into. For example, we should be able to, another programmer should be able to import this into Eclipse and develop them, or any other IDE. So the things that we put in the repository actually shouldn't be IDE dependent. And I so I removed some of these uh, things. We like to have git ignore over there to ignore some of the things that we really don't want to put in the repository. The rest looks good. Let's add a commit message here. Say uh, init commit. This is, and then we can commit and then push, or we can commit and push together. So let's keep our fingers crossed. You're about to commit. Okay. And then if you choose fix and commit, will be executed. If you choose commit as is, the config value won't be changed. So um, let's do commit as is. And we have that information over there. Let's put our email address over here. I am javad86@gmail.com. It's an opportunity to introduce my email address to you and set properties globally very well. And name over there is javad86. So let's make that the same as GitHub, and then set and commit, and push. Okay. As you could see down here, things are happening. Commit anyway and push. All right. Uh, why did the check failed? Review code analysis. Oh, okay. We have some code analysis going on here. Code analysis are important, uh, uh, but we don't. At this point, we are not going to go over them. Let's leave this for another uh, another video and just commit anyway. So no commit selected. Okay. And then define remote. I thought we already did this, took care of this part. And okay, so push commit to employee, right? Yes, we can do that. For commit and push to non-protected branches, preview commits before push. Okay, have that. Let's say, don't need this. No commits selected. I don't see any commit over here either. So directories push commits to employee. It looks like it's been committed, but I don't see any commits here to select from. Anyhow, let's cancel this. It's not working. But things have been committed. So um, all right, let's go with this option and say initial. Actually, this is the name of it is repository, and this is the employee project that showcases um, Spring Boot features for implementing RESTful services. Okay, share. Let's see if this works. Oh, this is working. Okay. This was a little unusual. I usually, when I commit and push, uh, it takes a different route than what it is now. It's probably because I am using, this is the first time that I'm using the IntelliJ to push my changes to GitHub. Anyhow, if I refresh over here now, I should see my, wonderful. I should see my employee project, and yeah, sources and everything are in there. Wonderful. And here everything is good. So let's do a simple test of this. If I go to employee as is, and take care of these spaces, make them look neat, and yeah, the constructors, let's cut them and put them at the end or on top. I personally put constructors always on top. Um, okay, so when I save this, observe over here that the changes have been highlighted under over here. So I check mark this. I can right click on it and say commit file, and then say, for example, refactored or cleaned up or rearranged employee, and then commit and push. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, commit anyway. It's giving us some more issues probably. We are going to commit anyway and push. And over here now, at the second time, yeah, we see the commit in the commit window, the files that have been committed, and now we can push them. Wonderful. As I told you, I do not um, edit these files. If there is something that comes up, we fix together. Now let me show you a few features that might be interesting to you. Look at this class. I right click on it and I go to Git, and I can compare this with the previous version of it. That was actually checked in 5 minutes ago, and you can see that it shows me that all the changes I made. I move this to the top from there, and yeah, you see over here, this was deleted from here and added to top over here. So what's been added is in green. What's been deleted, it's in or removed or replaced in gray. As you saw, I added some space over here. See that in green. Interesting thing is that I can revert back to the previous version just by, you know, uh, you know, doing this. Okay. If there is, for example, some mistake happened uh, during our development, we can revert back. Or if it is over here, we can revert back like that, roll back. Now it rolls us back again to the version that was most recently uh, pushed to GitHub. So we can also do that from our folder over here. You see this, for example, employee. I can right click on this, Git, and compare with revision. Does the same thing. However, if you can see over here, I only have one branch over here, and this is the main branch. And uh, if this is the first release of our application, this is totally fine. But for the future, if we release this into SQA or production, we need to create topic branches or feature branches, and that will be covered. This is the master branch. We could create other branches as well. So, for example, let's say we create a topic branch. Different companies have different naming conventions, but over here we can say, for example, topic adding error handling or something like that, or a Jira number, for example, PCG 12345, something like that. Now we create that branch. That branch was created off of the master. And now we can make changes in that branch and then create pull requests to merge those changes together. So for example, we can merge from this branch to that branch. As you can see, there aren't anything to compare. I can go, I'm sorry if I feel that I'm putting a little too much over here, but I'm going to continue quickly. If I do git branch over here, you'll see that it shows only master. I do git fetch, and now it pulls in the changes from the GitHub. Once this is done, if I execute git branch, you'll see that I have one more branch. And unfortunately, this is taking a while. I got a prompt over here, signing with browser. Okay. And then authorize. This usually doesn't happen in an enterprise environment, but the fetch is done, and you see my new branch is here. Now I can change to that branch, git checkout, that branch that I just created. Now I'm in that new branch. It switched to the new branch. And so what happens is that you can see the branch up here too. See? And so if I make a change in this branch, let's do that. Let's, for example, um, add another constructor. How about that? This constructor basically, I'm sorry. Let's say this constructor only cares about employee ID, the ID, and basically it doesn't care about. We just want to see, and that's about it. Anything works just to show our intention. We change this class. Okay, if we go to the commit window, we'll see that. Okay, let's commit this and say created new constructor in employee class. Commit and push. Yeah, and if we come over here, you see over here, to avoid this happening again, we uncheck analyze code and check to do. Okay, and once we do that, then we are not going to see this error message anymore. And yeah, it's over there, our employee. We push it. Okay, now if we come over here back to the GitHub and we refresh, now you see that there is a change over here, and we can create a pull request for that and say merging employee changes with master. Okay, and then we create the pull request. Pull request has been created. Now if we have team members, we can ask them to review them. Okay, also there is another important feature over here that GitHub provides uh, its own AI agent that we could request to review our changes, and that's very important and very helpful. So um, once this is approved and there are no conflicts, we can merge the pull request. Now the changes that were in this feature branch were merged to the master, and this happened after, for example, the changes were tested obviously and successfully merged with the master. We promote the master now to the testing environment, make it available for testers to test. And now that this has been merged, a good practice is to basically delete the branch, delete that topic branch. And we are back to just one branch now over here. There is no other branch because we deleted it. And now our changes are in the master. Over here in our IDE, we are still in the branch. The branch is still available in our local system. If we make a change and push this again, we are going to be in that branch. And we recreate the branch again with the same name. So I'm not sure if that's the intended thing to do, but since we removed that branch from there, we could come out of it and say, for example, git checkout. master. And now we are in master branch, as we see here. Um, but we could also delete that feature branch from our local system as well, with using the -d option. Anyhow, I hope this was interesting. There is a lot more to discuss. Um, uh, One thing I forgot to mention to you was this. We have these uh, branches view in GitHub. You could see all of the branches and the ones that are active and the ones that are stale and the ones that are ours, basically. So sometimes you see the branch that was deleted over here uh, as inactive in some of the enterprise GitHub versions. I've noticed that. But over here, I didn't see that. I hope this was interesting to you. I'm sorry if this took too long. As I told you, I don't edit these videos. We go through all sort of issues together and we solve them together. I'm glad that you stick with me so far. Thank you for your patience, and I hope I was able to share some knowledge with you. See you next time.